Hey y'all, Gox the Fox here. Sorry for the change of video format. I thought, because I'll be speaking more of my mind here, that I'm gonna have some gameplay in the background to kind of offset the fact that I'm just pretty much speaking into a mic. I know I said that twice, but just go along with it. Anyways, so you're probably wondering, Gox, why are you like posting this video randomly? And good question. So I kind of had a bit of a situation where I guess YouTube has been having a bit of a problem with my recent video, the Ultrakill. I just got ultra jumped, and I've been trying these past few days to do everything I can to kind of get it right, but it just seems like no matter what I do, it just doesn't seem to appease YouTube standards. So I guess it's because of that it's no longer getting uploaded. It's just age restricted. And honestly, I was thinking about just taking it down and then maybe posting it at a later date once I kind of figure out what exactly is wrong with it. But as it stands for now, I have a bit of a dilemma here. So, as you may know, I have often been told that I'm a bit rambunctious. I'm a bit, what's the word? Foul-mouthed, I guess. Also, just like completely, I say whatever is off the top of my head, because I know that me simply just sitting here being quiet is a little boring to you guys, at least in terms of just watching me play a game. I like to try and spice it up a bit. I like to kind of make up funny commentary as I go, because I know you guys appreciate the funny little banter I make every now and then. But yeah, no, it seems like I'm getting to a point where YouTube is kind of having a bit of an issue with it. So I just wanted to kind of know your guys' perception on my content. Am I doing a good job, or am I more so just kind of just doing things for the sake of doing things? Because I'm always willing to just like, I'm always willing to be open with criticisms. I like to be able to hear people out. I like to be able to change up what I have currently and be able to adapt, so that way my content for future's sake could always be better for all of you. Now, of course, that's not to say that I'm going to completely change who I am. I will still try to be the same hyperactive character that you see here. Of course, I like to try and be as energetic and as positive as I possibly can for all of you. The only thing is, where do I draw the line in terms of what I say and what I do? Am I currently doing an alright job being entertaining? Is there some things that need to be worked? Maybe it's how I edit a video, or maybe even it could probably be the presentation of what I have right now. I'm always open to comments. My comments are always open, they're unrestricted, so anyone's able to come in, say whatever they want. I've had a few instances where people have spoke their mind in the past, and I allow it personally because I like to hear the honest truth. I never like to hear white lies, because I feel like lies, at least from experience of doing others wrong in the past, I feel like lies could only lead you so far before it just kind of crumples on you. So I want to be as open and receptive as possible. Now, the question also remains, what other content would you like me to dive into? I mean, right now I just exclusively do gameplay videos and occasionally do streams. That's usually when I have an open space. But I'd be willing to try out like story time videos. I'd be willing to try out like, I guess I could pick up the animation video, because it's been quite a while since I last worked on it. I know I promised you guys that in the past. I'm very sorry on the lack of updates on that one. School got in the way a bit. Now that I have a little more open time, probably once this week is over, since I'm going to AX, that yeah, no, I'll be able to have plenty of time to work on it. And then other things I could possibly do are just like collaboration videos. I could do skits. I mean, I don't know if that's something you guys want to see. I could do skits. I also check my emails pretty often. I know I posted a video the other day about my my emails being open for anything you guys would like to dub, but I could also look for stuff online to also just like dabble my own shoes into. Hey, maybe I could even like use some of my own stuff for voiceovers. Sure, it won't be the best, but it'll be something. Just anything really. I'm open to most things in terms of content. So just let me know what you think. I'm open to anything. I'm open to really do anything. I'm open for collabs as well. So in the future, I'll probably try and get in contact with a few other people that I know who also stream. And from there, I could possibly get something organized. I've been dying to play some Marvel Rivals. I know last stream we did, the quality wasn't exactly the best, and I apologize for that. It's because my PC is a little more on the lower end, so it ain't exactly running it like a dream, but it's manageable if you guys are willing to watch it at like 12 frames per second. Promise you it still works though. But I'm looking forward to getting a few friends together so we can hop into some quick play. Definitely not ranked because I don't think everyone's like, I guess, consistent with their platform. But quick play matches would be nice. Custom game matches would be cool too if we got enough people. I am gonna start opening a Discord server soon. I don't know if I'm like of the size to be able to really have a thriving community, but if you guys are looking forward to having like a bit more contact with me to kind of keep up with what's going on with my schedule, I'd be willing to open up a Discord server for all of you to join. Maybe we'll have some stream nights, maybe we'll have some like artist galleries, self-promotions, maybe some other ways for people to link up and communicate with one another. I want to be able to build a healthy and happy community no matter what, because I appreciate you guys. Sure, I sometimes disappear, but hey, for the most part, I'm always thinking about y'all as well. What's one more thing I wanted to say? Okay, so I got to the point where I had mentioned struggles with YouTube and how it's kind of actively censoring me right now. Changes I could make, potential opportunities, and perhaps just the Discord server. Yeah, just a few things I can mention here. One more thing I wanted to kind of do as well is I kind of just fogged out there. But anyways, before I kind of clock off here, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a personal story, because as you know, the gameplay in the background that I'm currently using to fill in for my little speech here is Smash Ultimate. So as you may know, I've done some modding for Smash. I've definitely am very familiar with Smash. It's something that I have played with my entire life. It's something that I've formed most of my friendships with, and it's been a very key part of my life. I know at some point I've tried to get into competitive for so long, but yeah, no, I just kind of never really had not the drive, because I had a peak, but it wasn't exactly where I needed to be. I was happy with where I was, but yeah, no, I certainly had a little bit of a history with Smash. I remember being a Mean Brawler main, a Bowser main. I was a Roy main in Ultimate, and then I switched to Chrom because I felt like, I don't know, just Smash Ultimate Roy doesn't really satisfy his whole character arc in his home game. It's just more like an adaptation, like a remake done by Sakurai himself, which I commend. I think he's really cool. It's just, I just don't think he's my Roy. He's not Roy enough to be Roy. He's all about being Mr. Struggle. And I kind of rock with that. Random tangent aside though, I played this game for most of my life. I was there since Brawl. And then I remember growing up along with this series. From going from Brawl to 4. Got a little competitive into 4. Smash Ultimate started to kind of finding my wings a bit. Started joining Discord servers, started playing it with other people. And for the most part, it was fun. Sure, the Wi-Fi and the latency connections are a little unstable, a little miserable, but for the most part, I've always had my fun with the game. But of course, things aren't always meant to last forever, because once I got my PC back in 2021, I kind of fell off from the game because I remember I was a little disappointed with Sephiroth's moveset. It just felt too safe for the game. I felt like they could have done more, because we've had characters where they've done like some pretty insane things. Like Hero, despite him not being the best, he still had some pretty wacky stuff. Terry Bogard with his meters, mainly with Buster Wolf and Power Geyser, with how big their hitboxes were in the HP requirements for them, which, I mean, you're gonna be finding yourself at 100 pretty often. Of course, unless you're like a task level player, you're not gonna be finding yourself at like less than 100 pretty often. You're always gonna be within that kill range. But Terry strives in that field. But I feel like with Sephiroth, it just wasn't exactly where I wanted him to be in terms of how wacky he could be. His one wing mechanic was cool, but it just wasn't exactly what I felt. It felt a little disappointing. So I remember at that point, I kind of just called it quits there. I quit for a few months because I joined Rivals of Aether. And honestly, Rivals 1, in my opinion, I remember getting back into Smash Bros. Recently because of, like, you know, I kind of missed it a bit. I've been itching to play because I remember getting back into it a few times in the past, but it just became so hard to keep up. And honestly, now I'm more of like a passive observer. I still tune into some sets. I can't exactly give my 2 cents on some matchups. I can't really play Steve well. Pyramethro's a little questionable. Kazuya, I mean, he's a Shoto character, even though he's like a little more than Shoto. He's like Shoto plus, but I could somewhat play him a bit. And then all the other ones are just kind of meh. I mean, I feel like the choices for Fighter Pass 2 were a little more mediocre, but then also had like a wow factor to them the more you kind of learned about them. The only wow factor one I would say, and this is coming from a Kingdom Hearts fan, as someone who's had one video that, actually no, 2 videos on the actual subject itself. I feel like Sora was like that wow pick, but then whatever kit he was given was very underwhelming. So that kind of nailed the coffin for what Smash Ultimate was to me. It just felt like it didn't have enough, and I didn't really feel happy with the game anymore. Maybe it's because my mind had gotten a little too competitive, or maybe it's because the fact that it just didn't feel the same. It felt faster, but it felt clunkier to an extent too. If you want my opinions on Smash Ultimate as a game, I'd be willing to do a whole video essay on just that alone. But I guess to sum it up, Smash Ultimate has always meant something close to me. It has truly been something that's been there from the start, and I remember growing up alongside with it throughout my entire life. But I guess the reason why I kind of felt so out of touch with the game itself is because of the fact that I just kind of grew out of it. I can commend the entire development team for Smash Ultimate for being able to put something so magical together, but I guess after some point, once you've seen that the Smash series has gone as far as it could, where else could it really go? What else can really be added to it? And as most of my friends slowly started not playing the game anymore as much as they did, I guess it was only a matter of time before I fell out of love with it as well. But I just want to say that Smash Bros has always been something mythical, something you can't really describe as well as if you were to just experience it yourself. Smash Bros, it has a thing of bringing people together as long as you guys are all within the same spirits. You can bring up some funny moments, it can bring up some intense moments. Smash Bros is able to invoke such strong emotions out of all of us, because despite it being just a party game for children, it ties a lot of meaning to all of us. And I feel like that's kind of why it leaves such an impact on me all these years later, and why I still come back to it despite the fact that I guess I just don't like Ultimate. Sometimes I rant about it every now and then to my personal groups, but no. Anyways, yeah, no, just wanted to give you guys a little story, a little bonus for sticking all the way through the video. And yeah, Gox out.